Hello everyone and welcome to Nervous Nessie. If you're new to the channel, this channel is all about travel and anxiety and how we can travel with anxiety. In today's video, we are going to talk about the one thing that everyone has to do when it comes to travel. Booking. Whether it's booking your lodging, your transportation, flights, anything, we're going to talk about booking and how to take out some of the anxiety that comes along with that. So stay tuned. When it comes to booking travel, you only have one question that you have to answer, and that is, what is important to you? It really is that simple. What is important? It comes down to cost versus anxiety. Which one matters to you the most? If you really don't have anxiety, then you can cut down on your cost. If you have anxiety, you might have to pay a little more for all of your booking, but your anxiety will be cut down drastically. Now, what I mean by that is there are two different types of booking. Booking direct, booking indirect. There are pros and cons to both. Let's get into those. So booking direct, what that means is you're booking directly with the company that you're getting the services from. Whether it's a hotel, your flights, your rental car, you are booking directly with that company that you are going to be getting your hotel room, getting your flights. And there's some pros and cons that come with that. The pro is that it can cut down on your anxiety should something go wrong. If I book a flight, and let's say I'm late to the airport and I miss my flight, what am I gonna do? Well, since I'm at the airport, I can go directly to the counter and actually talk to a physical in-person person to try and fix the situation and get onto another flight. If I book indirectly, can't do that. I have to go through another company. Yeah, I'm probably gonna have to wait in line. Let's say a flight was canceled. I'll probably have to wait in line with every other person that was on that flight to try and get it fixed. But for me, I like to cut down on the anxiety by knowing there is a physical person there with feelings and emotions in front of me that can help my situation. Another pro that comes along with booking directly is loyalty points. If you book directly with the airline, you'll get more loyalty points. And we'll talk about loyalty points in a future video and how you can maximize that and use that to your advantage. But for now, let's also talk about the cons. The cons of booking directly is that you're probably not going to get any deals. Some of the different companies, hotels, airlines, they run specials and you can take advantage of those specials. But those are usually weird times of the year that don't work for you or a location that doesn't work for you. And so booking directly with a company, you don't always get the best price. So it all goes back to that one question of cost versus anxiety. Now, booking indirectly, there's some pros and cons to that too that are kind of the flip side of booking directly. What I mean by booking directly is you go online to a company that has various airlines or hotels or whatever it may be, and you look and search for the one that has the best deal. And there are tons of indirect booking sites out there. Travelocity is one of them, one of the more popular ones. Booking.com, hotels.com, flights.com, you name it, there's tons out there. And yes, you can shop around and try to find the best deals, and you can get some really good deals out of those. But should things go wrong, you don't have a person in front of you that can fix the problem. And you're still gonna have to wait on hold to talk to someone to fix those problems. And if things really go wrong on your trip, then you're gonna have a hard time fixing those problems. For me, I like to book direct because I can get those loyalty points and it cuts down on my anxiety. I may pay more, but at the end of the day, I can sleep better. When it comes to booking, the first thing you want to book is the most exclusive, hard to book thing. And it can change per trip. Let's say the flights to a specific location are kind of hard to get. Maybe that location doesn't have too many flights going in and out, so it's harder to book those flights. Then you'll want to book that first. Maybe a certain place has only a few lodging options. You might want to book that first. If you're booking a train trip, you definitely want to book your train first. Before you book your flights or any type of lodging or excursions, book the train first. Because trains, those only have so many seats or rooms, and those go really quick. So you definitely want to book those first. And we'll get more into train travel in a future video. Also, when it comes to booking, you want to read the fine print. The fine print for everything. Flights, hotels, rental cars. Read the fine print. Look at what you're getting. Are you getting a free checked bag on your flight, or are you not? Are you getting insurance? Are you not? Read through the fine print whenever you book your trip. When you book your trip, you'll want to get insurance. Trust me. Now, I know there's probably going to be a debate about this. Some people, they don't want to get the insurance because they think it's a waste of money. Well, they're just out to get my money. Yeah, all companies are. But insurance, again, comes down to cost versus anxiety. What is important to you? I always get the insurance. I will pay for it and not think twice about it because I have had way too many things happen on trips that insurance can come into play. And we'll get more into the insurance in a future video, but generally speaking, the insurance can cover your trip, whether it's an emergency that comes up, on your part. Maybe you got sick right before the trip and now you can't go. Or maybe you broke your leg before a trip and you're going to be walking a lot on your trip and you don't want to have to deal with that. So to have a better experience, you'd rather take the trip at a later time. Things come up during life and you want to be able to kind of have an out if something happens ahead of time. But things can also come up during your trip. Flight gets canceled and you don't get to go on an excursion because you arrived late. By booking that insurance and adding that onto your trip, you're covered. They can give you a refund. Sometimes they'll give you a credit. So again, read the fine print and look at which one you're going to be getting. Are you going to get your money back or are you going to get a credit? Sometimes it's nice to have that credit because it can prompt you to want to take another trip in the future. But it's also nice to get the money back if you need that money back. Once you've gone through the steps to book your trip, before you hit book, always read over everything. Look at where you're going to be seated on the flight, look at the times, the location, everything. Read over everything again before you book it because it's really hard to undo that, and a lot of times they won't let you undo it. You're just locked in. The only thing is if you back out of a screen while booking your trip, sometimes it cancels everything and you have to start all over. And keep that in mind, especially if you're booking a flight and there's only 1 or 2 seats left on that flight. If you back out, you might lose that seat to someone else. So take your time when it comes to booking. Read over everything on the screen before you move on to the next screen. Another tip is book everything in advance. Yeah, you can book a weekend getaway on Monday for that weekend, but your cost is going to be pretty high and you're going to scramble to try and get this booked for the weekend, and you might make a mistake. It's going to give you anxiety. Just book your trips in advance. The more in advance you can book your trip, the lower the cost, which is great. You take care of the anxiety because you're not scrambling at the last minute, and you're keeping your costs down. Of course, with travel today, everything can change. You could book a trip and it's not for another 4 or 5 months, and anything can happen. That's why it's important to get that insurance. That way you're covered in case something does happen. Another good way to save money is to be flexible with your dates. You know a location, you have that picked out, and maybe with your work, you're able to kind of take a vacation whenever you want. Not everybody can do that, but if you can, then if you're flexible with your dates, you can play around and find the best deals, even booking directly with the airline or the hotel or rental car, whatever. Now, I know in this video, we kind of skimmed over booking. I didn't show you how to actually book something. I didn't go into any type of details, but I do have some upcoming videos that are going to break down all of these specific things, whether it's your lodging, flights, rental cars. We're going to talk about loyalty points and credit cards. We'll skim over that a little bit about how those can work to your advantage. So if you want to watch those videos to find out exactly how to book all of these different things, just click the bell notification and subscribe, and you'll get notified of when those videos come out. So if you like this video, give me a thumbs up and feel free to share this video with anyone else that might have anxiety when it comes to booking, or maybe it's their first time booking a trip on their own. They've never booked before. Feel free to share these videos with them. And if you have any kind of questions or comments, feel free to leave those in the comment box below, and I will try to answer those questions in the specific videos. That way you guys don't have to be in the dark about how to book things. And I look forward to seeing you in the next video. Bye!